Just I'm tired because it's Christmas yesterday. No, it's Boxing Day, so you get what I mean. This is a video that was asked for by one person. Can't lie, but I'm not a big channel, so. Anyways, moving on from my incessant yapping, yeah, this is a goth makeup tutorial, so I'll just get on with that. First, you gotta get your hair put back, because you don't want makeup in your hair. I can guarantee you it's not fun. I'm gonna start by just putting a little bit of primer down. Just makes it easier to get the makeup off afterwards, because otherwise I can guarantee you're gonna be crying at the end of it. Just rub that all across your face. And then we just gotta let it sit for a moment and dry. Oh, I know this is a bit late in the video to do this, but for any of you who are new here, I'm Raccoon Boy, that's my tag, obviously, and I do goth content, so someone asked for this, so here we are. I know I'm in my pyjamas, also, sorry, it's morning, I couldn't be bothered. It's not morning, I still couldn't be bothered. Once you've let your base, your primer set, you gotta get, this pump is actually so useless, you gotta get your foundation. I use Witchcraft white foundation. I can't remember the business, but if you want to know the stuff I use, then just let me know in the comments. That's assuming anyone sees this. Then you just gotta blend it out. I don't think you actually need to use that much for this, because it's got a lot of pigment in it, but oh, also, just in case any of you weren't aware of this, this is a Masc goth tutorial, so if you're looking for a femme goth look, sorry, this is not the place. But there is a creator on here called Decaying Peaches, I think, and if you check out her tutorial, then you'll be set, if you want some femme goth advice. Okay, and once you're looking like you just crawled out of the ground, we're then going to set the shit out of your face, because you don't want any of this moving. I would recommend using a white powder rather than a translucent one, because sometimes they can have like a yellow tint to them, but any white powder will do. I can't lie, I use shit from Poundland, so. But we're not going to dab it on, we're pressing it into the foundation, because again, we don't want anything moving. Jesus, what is up in my voice today? Also, we're setting all of our face, the entire thing. And then I brush off any of the excess powder with a brush, because otherwise it gets a bit dusty. Next, we're going to take a thin, angled brush, and the darkest eyeshadow you have, preferably like the most pigmented black you got. And we're just gonna draw out the outline for our contour. You kind of gotta follow the natural shape of your face. For me, I can just see it coming down here, but if you look, you'll be able to see it. Sorry, I kind of needed the mirror for that. And you can bring it down as low as you like. Sometimes I do my entire cheek, but not today. Not today. And then you just gotta reflect that on the other side. That's why also following the shape of your face helps with that, because 2 seconds. It helps to keep it symmetrical, you know? Obviously, it doesn't have to be perfect. No goth makeup is really perfect. It always has that messy feel to it, but do your best, you know? Just try and get it a bit even. Want to take a bit of a bigger brush. Like this, and you want to blend that down. Don't blend the top out too much though, because we still want that sharp look to it, okay? Yeah, you get me. If you need to add more pigment as you go, you can do that. Ooh, I need to blend that out a bit more. But, you don't have to do it if you don't feel like you need to. Just try and aim for a sharper line on the edge and then blend it out towards the middle. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, just the best you can do, you know? If you feel like you need more pigment, you can take a medium kind of brush and just add that on. Okay, and then when you're done with your contour, you can move on to the contour on your nose. It's gotta be really sharp though, so I'm again taking the angled brush and I'm just gonna dab that in the eyeshadow. Start where you want the point to be and drag it up along your eyebrow, like that. And then create the point, bringing it down your nose, like that. Don't worry if the point here isn't too sharp yet. We work on that later with a more defined and easier, like a finer tool. Then you want to fill it in, bringing it up to the brow like this, and down to a point. For the sharper details on the inside, you kind of want to take your eyeliner pen. I use a felt tip eyeliner pen, and then follow along the top like that, and then create the point in the corner. And you can fill that in however you'd like, depending on the effect you want to give, but since I'm going for like a darker in the corner kind of look, I use my pencil eyeliner and I fill that in and then powder it down with some eyeshadow. just like, then you take the powder and you go down over that to powder it down. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. This isn't gonna stay as a... You could leave it here. You could leave it here if you want a more defined contour on your nose, but generally I blend it out. And then we're just gonna do the other side like that. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. It can be a bit uneven. No one cares, I promise you. Don't be too harsh on yourself. And then, once you've gotten to this point and you've done it on the other side, you're gonna take some powder and you're gonna kind of blend out the contour on your nose into your eye. Well, it's kind of above your eye, but you know what I mean. This is where you might end up, and then you just gotta do it on the other side. But you can see it's not quite come down to my eyelid, it's blended just above it, like that, okay? Okay, so I lied. When I blended it out, it came down onto my eyelid, but it's not like too low down, you know? Yeah. I'm gonna assume you know what I'm talking about, but this is where you want to be at this point, okay? This is very much a trust the process kind of thing. You're not gonna look amazing first, maybe not even first try, but you've got a good chance. You just gotta wait until the end for the judgment, you know? And then take a brush and take a bit of eyeshadow underneath your eye like this. And bring it up a bit and then back over. But you don't need too much on the top, it's more on the bottom we're focusing. And then once you've got that on, blend. And if you're not quite happy with how much you've got on there, you can always take some of the white powder from earlier and go over it, and it'll blend it out a little bit. It's not going to fix it completely, but it'll give you a better shot. And this is just me doing the same to the other side. I'm definitely taking some white powder to fix this. Ooh. Right, now you can either do the eyeliner first or the eyebrow design first, but I don't actually know what I'm doing because I didn't think this through. I'm just doing it on a whim because I wanted to get it done. I'm not just yapping, right? It's fine. I have some drawn designs that I like to look through and pick from, usually ones I've already done, so that I know I can do them. It's no longer an experiment, because that's generally what new eyeliners like. I'll probably do a simple one for now. I'll just do this one right here. Start with the eyebrows then. I'm gonna start drawing a sharp line down. I'm not connecting one. To bring it to the edge of your eyebrow. But to keep it even on both sides, I'm gonna have to do it in, you know, do one side and then the next side and then move on. Sorry for not really drawing it on, but like it's drawing on your face, so just try and do your best. And then I fill in the design with my pencil eyeliner. And then you want to take, not drop, take your black eyeshadow and go over that. Once you've got that done to the other side as well, you can move on to your eyeliner. There's one base eyeliner I always do for almost all of my looks. I start in the corner, and I draw a little in the corner, and then I extend that all the way along underneath my eye, like this, and connect at that end like that. Then I fill it in, and then once it's filled in, it should look like this. And then you just do the same on the other side, and then you have the base for your eyeliner. And then, oh, my lips are so dry because of the base. You just do the eyeliner on top of that, you know? Okay, so I made a big mistake on the scale of the other one, but I'm just going to change the design so it's, like, uneven, but still the same vibe, like a star, you know? Okay, so this is where we've ended up, and I'm not changing it, because I'm too deep in now. So, just going to do the lips and the neck, and then we're good. I generally do the same lips almost every time, so it's just pretty simple. You go for pretty sharp Cupid's bow, like this. You can sort out the point afterwards, but that's the idea. And then extend the corners. And then fill that in with one of these. The general formula is outlining, pen, and filling in pencil. Now take this like medium brush, black eyeshadow, and the bottom lip is kind of just eyeshadow. Take down the hair. And this is what you should be left with. I can't bother to do my neck. Usually I outline my jaw with black shadow and then fill it in, but I actually can't be bothered to do that today, so Merry Christmas, guys. Happy holidays.